What the hell is going on, He Xiufang? Explain yourself. Father slammed the table and stood up, his eyes bloodshot, his fingernails digging into his palms as he struggled to stay composed. Mother remained silent, but instinctively stepped in front of Liu Haifeng. I tried to pull Mother back, but she impatiently shoved me away. It was only then that I realized my mother had become someone I no longer recognized since she met Liu Haifeng. Xiufang, it's all my fault. I knew I shouldn't have shown up. Brother Song, don't be angry either. It's unlucky to argue during the holidays. Besides, isn't it nice to have an extra daughter? Liu Jiajia froze upon hearing this. The expression she now directed at her father was terrifyingly dark. I stared fixedly at my mother, the woman who had raised me for 23 years. Haifeng was my first love. You don't need to worry about the rest, I'll handle it myself. Mother took Liu Haifeng by the hand and walked out of the house. Before stepping out, Liu Haiyang deliberately turned back to give us a contemptuous glare. Father sat weakly on the sofa, tears streaming down his face as he pounded his chest in anguish. He glanced back at the table full of dishes he had painstakingly prepared, now gone cold. Jiajia, what should I call you now? She didn't leave with Liu Haifeng, choosing instead to cling to me. I know she was completely unaware of this matter, and I also know Liu Jiajia couldn't choose her own background. But I just can't help blaming her, especially when I see my father, a grown man, shedding tears. Liu Jiajia crouched down, scratching her head in agony, refusing to accept reality. I'm sorry. I helped her up, shaking my head with a bitter smile. Sis, you should go home too. It's getting late, and I want to spend some time with Dad. Liu Jiajia was thunderstruck upon hearing that address and left in utter dismay. After cleaning up after dinner, my father came over to me. Father took my hand, his face full of worry. I knew he was afraid of burdening me. I want a divorce. My heart ached as I hugged him tightly, gently patting his back. Don't be afraid, Dad. I'm here for you. Father looked at the family photo taken at the beginning of the year, his voice choked with emotion. Remember this when you choose a partner in the future. You must keep your eyes wide open. I nodded and helped him back to his room to rest. After the Lantern Festival, the next day, relatives came to visit, but my mother returned with Liu Haifeng. They were wearing matching outfits, mingling among the relatives. To an outsider, they could easily be mistaken for a married couple. Grandma beamed at the sight of Liu Haifeng after all. He was better looking than my father. My mother soon noticed me standing silently in the courtyard. Come on, let's go out and play. Mom will take you. I grabbed a broom and chased them out of the yard. My mother looked utterly stunned, as I had never treated her this way before in my life. I'm your mother. How could you do this to me? Liu Haiyang frowned, slapping himself on the face with a look of guilt. Xiufang, I shouldn't have come back, but I really love you. Please don't let this hurt the bond between mother and son because of me. Liu Haifeng put on an understanding demeanor, completely winning over my mother. My mother immediately leaned into his embrace, softly comforting him. Haifeng, don't be like this. You're not at fault. But after seeing this, he frowned tightly and his attitude toward me changed. My mother became furious. In front of many relatives, she pointed at my nose and scolded me. Song Lei, get over here right now and apologize to Uncle Haifeng. I was utterly disappointed in her. My mother never looked at my father with such deep affection in her eyes. Absolutely not. Deep down, Mom, you don't really love me or Dad at all, do you? As soon as the words left my mouth, I never expected the slap to come. Liu Haifeng also pretended to intervene half-heartedly. Hey, Xiufang, the child is all grown up now, you can't hit her. If you keep this up, Brother Song will just argue with you again. With just one sentence, he labeled my father as a man who couldn't distinguish right from wrong. People in the village also gossiped, saying my dad spoiled me too much and that I was unfilial and immature. Hearing the commotion downstairs, my father rushed down when he saw me being hit. He shielded me behind him and slapped the offender. Song Lei, we're getting a divorce. Take your first love and get out of here right now. Father's hand was heavy, and mother's head tilted to the side, leaving an immediate red mark on her face. Liu Haifeng wanted to hit my father but was kicked away by me. If not for my mother holding him back, he would have fallen into the field long ago. Brother Song, this is too much bullying. Xiufang is your wife, and this house is marital property. How can you tell Xiufang to get out? Father's eyes turned cold. He touched the side of my face that had been struck and turned away, saying, "You still remember we're husband and wife. But this house and car are all my pre-marital assets. They have nothing to do with her." Before leaving, my mother took Liu Haifeng's hand and dropped a final threat. "If you want a divorce, then divorce. Don't you dare regret it." Our family affairs spread through the village like wildfire, stirring up a storm. Everyone gossiped about how my father had ruined a marriage and stolen someone else's love. Even my grandmother acknowledged Liu Haiyang's existence and declared that Liu Jiajia was her own granddaughter, warning that no one should gossip about it. I took my father out shopping, hoping to give him a brief escape from that toxic environment. Throughout the journey, my father remained silent, just quietly watching the scenery flashing by outside the window. "Dad, did you run into someone you know?" Father sneered, looking utterly heartbroken, silently pointing his finger at the couple outside the window. "Your mother and Liu Haifeng." I was stunned for a moment, but after all these years of hard work, I now have the ability to give my father a better life. I silently vowed to myself that I would definitely find someone better for my father in the future. "Dad, I have money now. Come on, let's go buy you a big gold chain." My father smiled with satisfaction as I took him from one jewelry store to another. We bought many gold and silver pieces he had always been reluctant to purchase for himself. I want that brooch." Father pointed somewhat sheepishly at the brooch inside the nearby display case. The brooch looked quite old, but the gemstone on it still radiated a dazzling brilliance. "Dad, that brooch is too old. Let me buy you a newer, better one." But father shook his head, gazing tenderly at the brooch. "This was your grandmother's keepsake left to me. I sold it here back then to fund your mother's graduate school entrance exams." Hearing this, I immediately took out my bank card to make the purchase, but then an unexpected pair of intruders arrived beside us. "Xiufang, the gem on this brooch is truly beautiful. I'd like to have it set into the new ring you bought me." Liu Haifeng walked up from behind with his arm around my mother's waist. Mother smiled and nodded, then took out her bank card to signal the salesperson that she wanted to buy the brooch. "Please wrap this brooch for me." The saleswoman looked hesitant as she packaged the brooch and handed it to me. "I'm sorry, ma'am, but this brooch has already been reserved by the gentleman who was just here. You might want to take a look at other styles." Mother's face gradually turned cold as well. She turned to look at us, or more precisely, at my father. She pointed at my father's nose and started yelling at him directly. "What the hell are you up to now? Haifeng and I were separated for so many years because of you. It's just a brooch. Why do you have to compete with him over it?" Father's eyes welled up with tears as he immediately took the gift box from my hands, but Liu Haifeng rushed forward and snatched it away. Father nearly stumbled from the force of his push. "Brother Song, why do you always have to target me? Do you really hate me that much?" Father was frantic and tried to rush forward to grab it back, but Liu Haifeng quickly hid behind Mother's back. Mother stepped forward to scold us, father and son. "Still not embarrassed enough? Fine, I'll pay double the price for this brooch." Upon hearing this, the saleswoman's eyes lit up. "Sorry, sir. Perhaps you could choose another style. I'll give you a discount." Now I understand why the performance of the branches under the group is so poor. Silently, I sent a text message to the group's internal team, telling them to handle it themselves. Father rushed forward and grabbed Mother's arm. "He Xiufang, do you even have a heart? This brooch is my mother's heirloom." Mother impatiently shook him off and patted the shoulder where Father had just touched her. I quickly stepped forward to support Father, but he silently shed tears beside me. Seeing this, Mother simply averted her gaze, refusing to look at us any longer. "Do you really think I'd still believe you?" Liu Haifeng snickered on the side. He took the brooch from the bag, pried the gemstone off without a word, and threw the brooch into the trash can. Seeing this, my father frantically rushed to the trash can and began rummaging through it. My mother covered her nose in disgust and walked away with Liu Haifeng. I followed and helped my father search for it. Before long, Father finally found the brooch. His hand was badly cut by glass in the trash can, bleeding profusely, and the blood directly stained the bronze brooch red. "Get in the car. I'll take you to the hospital." It was Liu Jiajia, who walked toward me with eyes full of concern. I helped my father up and reached out to stop her. "No need. I have my own car." Liu Jiajia was momentarily speechless and silently followed behind me. My father looked at us, patted my hand with deep sympathy. "It's Dad who let you down. I shook my head as I got into the car and said firmly to my father, "Dad, you did nothing wrong. They're the ones at fault. With me here, no one will ever bully you again." After tending to the wounds on my father's hands, we returned home in the early hours of the morning. I was just about to help my exhausted father upstairs to rest when I heard unbearable noises coming from the room. There were a woman's moans and a man's heavy panting, with my mother and Liu Haifeng's intimate clothing scattered all over the doorway. My father was utterly heartbroken. He took my hand and led me downstairs. Call the police. Tell them someone is soliciting prostitution." With that, he turned and went to the study to gather his documents. "We'll stay at a hotel tonight." I nodded, picked up my bag, and was about to leave with my father when suddenly there was no more noise from upstairs. Liu Haifeng came downstairs wearing just a bathrobe, his neck covered in red marks, a cigarette dangling from his lips. "Well, if it isn't the good-for-nothing stray dog. What brings you back?" As he spoke, he casually flicked his cigarette butt onto the ground. "What? You want to join us or something?" Father furrowed his brows and spoke sarcastically. "This is my home. How dare you act so self-righteous as the other woman?" Liu Haifeng immediately flew into a rage upon hearing the term other woman. Losing all control, he smashed the vase on the nearby coffee table in one furious motion. "You're the homewrecker. Xiufang and I were together first. You're the one who stole her away. You're the one who's unloved. The other woman." Without another word, my father immediately slapped her across the face. Liu Haifeng was stunned by the slap and immediately lunged forward to attack my dad. Quick as lightning, I stepped in to shield my father behind me. Liu Haifeng let out a cold snort at this moment and pulled out that gemstone ring. "Isn't this the very thing you've been longing for? Fine, I'll give it to you." With that, he immediately slammed the ring heavily onto the ground. After hitting the floor, the ring rolled aside and fell into the nearby furnace. Father stared at Liu Haifeng in disbelief, wanting to rush forward and retrieve the ring from the furnace. I held him back as he watched the last keepsake from his grandmother vanish, his heart bleeding with grief.